Hello ladies and gents, we've got an update on the Batman. Don't mind me, it's raining in the UK and I've just had to walk little Jasper. So we've got an update on the Batman. Bit of news, bit of plot details, and also I just want to confirm from my own sources that test screening actually did happen. But there's some slight corrections there under what was stated, so I'm going to go through some of that towards the end of this video. Before I do, ladies and gents, if you didn't know, we've got memberships open on the channel now, and you do get some benefits for that. You get weekly playthroughs, you get members only streams, and starting very soon for tier 2 members, you will actually have access to my films that I've made. They will be there, the documentaries will be there as well. They'll be staggered, they'll be released over a period of a few months. But there'll be 4 things, so there'll be Black Fields, there'll be Breaking Lights, and there'll be both documentaries for them. So if you do want to support me and what I do here, please do consider it, because you can join, just in terms of supporting, for as little as 99 pence a month, which is nothing. It's literally not even the price of a coffee. But if you want access to the other things, you couldn't get the Blu-ray, for instance, for my film for whatever reason, you can actually access that for tier 2 members, which I believe is $8.99. It's very cheap to access those things, because there was a lot of content on those, the documentaries and such. But I just thought I'd say that from the off. And if you do, want to support me further, you can follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Reviews. But the memberships, as well as Patreon, that's down below in the description box. Check it out. So let's dive into this. So we've had basically a piece of information from Jeffrey Wright, who plays Commissioner Gordon, and he says this. This is basically about the reason why he came onto the project initially, and it's actually really good. It's good comments, and it's essentially saying this is going to be a Gotham City unlike any we have ever seen before. And he says, and I quote, "I saw the themes around corruption and class tensions and all of the things that he wanted to bring from the outside into this world so it had some relevance. Is bringing fiction into non-fiction in a way that's balanced and really cool." We'll get to that in a moment. Unlike Gothams we'd seen before, it was a Gotham we could touch. The way the Batmobile was described, I understood the aesthetic we were going for was something really palpable. If you squint your eyes in some backstreet of New York, you could see it appear. Now I like that, and I've really enjoyed that about this particular incarnation of the Batman, Gotham City and such, is that they have gone for a more grounded approach, I guess similar to Nolan, but dissimilar in a way as well. I do feel like they are leaning a little bit more into the comics here. I could be wrong, like I've not seen it, but it does sound like they're leaning a little bit more into the comics. Now, to discuss like the initial points here, I saw the themes of corruption and class tensions and all the things that he wanted to bring from the outside into this world, so it had some relevance. Now, I will just say I really do hope that they don't, have a Trumpian-esque character, because if you do that, you're really going to age the film. Like I don't have a dog in this fight. I am British. I couldn't care less, about Trump. Or anything along those lines. It's not what I'm referencing. I'm not going, don't talk about Trump, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't give a shit. The point is that it just ages it. And the same goes for any political figure that you have, right? It really ages it. And it's why when we have, throwbacks like The Watchmen and all these other kind of superheroes or superhero films, or, there's X-Men, or there was an X-Men, I can't remember what one it was now. But they show, is it Nixon most of the time? And it instantly ages it. It instantly ages it. Just actually having that figure there. So if you instill like a Trumpian-esque character that's blatantly supposed to be but isn't called that, then that will age it. So I hope they don't go down that route, in terms of bringing the outside into this world. And that's tends to be the fear when they start quoting things like that. But in terms of, bringing outside stuff into a movie, there's no issue with that, generally speaking. I just hope that they don't age themselves. Having timeless points of class structures and things like that works really well. Like, if you didn't know, in the UK, we have like a big class structure. It's upper, middle, and lower class in the UK. And that's, generally speaking, what defines... it is what defines you. In the UK, you're working class, you're upper class, you're a middle class toff. You know, all these things really do define you, and having those elements in a film would be fine. There's no issue with that at all. And if they go down that route, I think that could be very interesting. It could be fun. Not fun, but like, obviously you don't want it to be a fun Batman. But it could work and it could be compelling. So there you go. There's my thoughts. Now, in terms of this element here, you know, it's unlike any Gotham we'd seen before. I love the sound of that. You know, it's a Gotham that you can touch. I love it. You know, I do like that element. And I liked that about the Nolan films. The best Gotham is in Batman the Animated Series. Like, let's make no mistake about that. Let's not beat around the bush. You know, that sort of Art Deco, retro future, sort of steampunk-esque, but not. That is the best Gotham. But you're never going to be able to make that on a wider scale. It's just not going to work. So to have a Gotham which is gritty and real is probably the next best piece. And I think that they've done that, from what we can see, quite well. So there you go. There's that update. I am looking forward to this. I think that sounds great. And now I want to get on to... I've got to read it. I've got to read it on my phone here, because I never saved it anywhere else. But I've just got to read this. And this is just to confirm that it was apparently screened, right? Now, my source knows someone at an executive level that's directly involved. And the Batman did screen at Warner Brothers HQ. It was a Batman screening. And it was for a select audience. Now, they do state that they don't know who the hell that Blu-ray, whatever his bloody name is, that Blu-ray kid. They don't know who he is, or who his source is, or anything along those lines. Got no idea. But it did screen, and it's just confirmed that it did screen. And now I went off and I tried to milk some more information in terms of finding out, you know, what was going on. Are the leaks that came out from that true, or was that Blu-ray kid just bullshitting? And they said that they didn't confirm any of the leaks. However, they can confirm that the tone of the film it should be like nothing you've ever seen from a Batman film, which it does go some way to confirming the leaks, i.e. it's going to be a horror tone. Now, they did say this, which is reassuring, I think. Warner Brothers was actually a bit on the fence with some of the content, especially with Riddler aspects, because it is very dark. Now, I like that. I think that sounds just stunning. Like, I'm sure, you know, create a Riddler that is so compelling and dark and powerful that Warner Brothers executives don't know whether they can even release the movie. Love it. Like, I absolutely love that. Now, there was one thing which I found concerning, which was that it's going to be told in narration. The film's narrated by Robert Pattinson. And they say that from what they've been told, it's not written in a narrated format, but there could be a voiceover at times, maybe in flashbacks or something, they're not entirely sure, but it's not narrated per se. So I think that goes some way to, I guess, sort of saying that there'll be elements where Robert Pattinson will discuss maybe a case, or, you know, discuss some bits and pieces that have went down, something along those lines, but it's not written in a narrated format, which is reassuring to me. Both of those things are reassuring. In fact, everything I've said in this video sounds positive, to be honest. The comments from Jeffrey Wright, the comments from my source, etc. all sounds good. Horror film, yeah. Warner Brothers executives being pussies, yeah. Love it. Let me know what you guys think, though, down below in the comments. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning the bell notifications on, because you did make it to the end of the video, so you must have enjoyed it. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.